Alright, so this is going to be example number 2. So using the same snippet of terrain, we have a 4% slope and we know the horizontal length is 150 feet. What if we didn't know what the elevation change was? So how would we go about solving this? So we kind of already know what the answer is, but what we're doing here is just kind of showing you how to do the workflow or denote the math. So step 0, we're going to study the given. We want to make sure that there's no hidden information, no surprises. Step 1, we want to create a diagram and label our knowns and unknowns. So we know that the slope is 4%. We know that the change of x is 150 feet, but we don't know what the change in z is. Next step 2, we want to set up our equation. So our equation is going to be slope equals rise over run. Our second line here, we're going to plug in the actual variables that we're using, which is the change in z divided by the change in x. Then we're going to plug in and solve. So in this example, I'm going to go through each of the intermediate steps. I'm just going to kind of pretend that calculating slope is a little bit complicated, even though it's not, but it's just for the purpose of illustrating of how you might document your intermediate steps if you needed to. So plugging in our values again, so we're just taking the slope equation. So we got slope equals the change in z divided by the change in x. So the actual values are 4%, z, 150, and then we're multiplying it times 100 because we want to get rid of the decimal value at the end. So showing my intermediate steps, I want to isolate z. So by doing that, I need to divide both sides by 100. So we get 0.4 equals z divided by 150. Now I want to multiply both sides by 150 because I'm trying to isolate z. So when I do that, I get 0.04 times 150 equals z. And the solution is z equals 6 feet. So once you arrive at your answer, you want to definitely kind of highlight it or box it in. So the person who's checking your math knows that this is your answer and everything else before it was kind of what you had to do to get there.